All right, so for number 2 here, okay, we're looking at different subjects before, or like at 2 different times. It's going to be a matched pair design because we're looking at subjects with a placebo pill and a new, what is this, blood pressure pill. All right, and we're trying to see which one's doing better. Okay, so this would be a matched pair design, significance test, sorry, significance test. All right. And our null and alternative hypothesis. Null is we're going to assume that there's no difference between the placebo and the new blood pressure medicine. Okay, so that's going to be, the difference is going to be 0. Like there's no difference. Okay, but if we're trying to see if the new medicine is better, if we look at the before and after, which one has lower blood pressure? Okay, so we're going to look at, I did placebo minus the new drug. Okay, and if this is a positive number, that means the blood pressure for the medicine is lower than the lower than the placebo. Okay, which means the drug is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so that means we want this to be a positive number, so something greater than 0. All right, so our alternative will be greater than 0. Okay, and so this one, it's a matched pair design, so we're just going to look at the differences here. We don't need to worry about everything else. It's not a 2 sample test, it's a matched pair. And we're going to throw all of those differences into our calculator, which we've already done here. Okay, and we can use that to do calculate one variable statistics, get our X bar of 3.875. We can get our S. It's going to be 3.834. All right, and we can go ahead and label our N too. We have 8 subjects. We have, then from here, we're going to use our calculator to run our test. Okay, so let me bring that back out. So remember, stat, go over to tests. This is a T test since we don't know anything about the population. Okay, and you could absolutely use the data if you wanted to throw that in there, but I'm going to use the stats just because I have all those numbers. So for our mean, our mu naught is going to be 0. Our X bar is 3.87, and I got the mu naught from my null hypothesis. Okay, and then our X bar is 3.875. Our standard deviation is 3.834. Our N is 8, and then we're calculating this test to be a greater than. Okay, because we want our alternative is that we're greater than 0. Okay, so we're greater than that. All right, and then we hit calculate. All right, and it's going to give us some information. So I'm going to write down my T statistic, 8.59. All right, I'll go ahead and write my degrees of freedom just for kicks. That's not on there, but we know it's going to be 7. And then our P value, it's not really for kicks. You're going to want to put that down, your degrees of freedom. And then 0.0122 for our P value. And then it says to interpret this in context of the problem. So because our P value, let's see, our alpha for this one was 0.05. Because our P value was less than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis and we have convincing evidence that the drug reduces blood pressure. Okay, so again, it's just the script we've been following forever.